Hello, my name is Darren Buckley from Cornwall Chamber of Commerce. Here today, as you can see from the sign here, Cornwall Chamber of Commerce meets business partners. And today we've got Andy Davenport here from Focus Technology. Hello, Andy.
Hi, Darren. How you doing?
Good to see you, mate. Thank you very much. The reason we're doing this is part of your package as a business partner. And we'd like you to really come to us today and talk to us about who are Focus Technology. So who are Focus Technology?
Yeah, so Focus Technology is a managed service provider, and the definition of that is effectively we look after a business or company's IT infrastructure. So it's everything from strategy planning, project planning, development, installation of cabling, wiring, and all that kind of stuff. Then we come in and put in all the switch gear and the technology that connects all of the infrastructure together, and then we manage everything from then forwards. So the management involves looking after the customer security, the customer's patching, vulnerability updates, antivirus, all of the layers and layers of things that a customer needs, including their line of business applications. And our job is to make sure that their technology is effective and operational so that they can run their business and make money.
Fantastic. And obviously you do that work for us at the Chamber. How are you finding that?
Yeah, absolutely brilliant. I mean, you're a great customer, and you're the customer we kind of like. You work with us. You don't work against us. You're open to ideas that we bring to the table. We've managed to review a few things that you're doing internally to make some improvements, and we've made some cost savings by looking at alternative options.
Fantastic. What a great job you're doing for us as well. And obviously tech goes straight over my head. So it's important we have people like you out there in Cornwall who can help and support businesses, whether you're a small business or a large business. So what I'd like to know now is, where did that journey begin? So why Focus Technology? Where did you start? And, where are you right now?
Yes, I mean, that journey started years ago in the late 90s. I started working for a managed service provider. It was one of those stories where I kind of had some experience linking friends' computers together to play World of Warcraft and Command and Conquer years ago. Yeah. And I kind of, found that I had an aptitude. So I took a chance on a job that was being advertised. Kind of didn't expect to get it, but they kind of went, well, you come into the table with the right attitude, you're clearly interested, you want to learn. Got the job and started, the first sort of 6 months was spent driving a van and cleaning printers, which was very glamorous. Yeah. But in the 4 years, I basically learned as fast as I possibly could. Yeah. I was one of the youngest MCSE certified engineers in the country at the time. And I went from being, that junior guy at the bottom to being the senior technical lead within the company before I left. And
brave move.
Very brave move. I'd not long bought a house. I was 21, 22. Wow. So it was a big risk as well at the same time. Yeah. And the reason I left is because I didn't believe in the values and morals they had when dealing with the customers. Okay. There were a lot of mistruths, there were a lot of mis-sells, and being the tech lead, I kept copping the flack from customers because they were saying, well, we've been sold this, why isn't it working? And the answer quite often was, because it won't. So I basically took my own personal values and ethos, which is business with transparency and honesty, started up Focus Technology. Some of their major clients basically followed me out the door because they realised that I had the experience and the knowledge of how their systems worked. And the rest is history. I was a one-man band for a long period of time. Moved the business down to Cornwall in 2010.
From where?
From Southampton.
All right, okay.
So, basically taking the opportunity of engagement with the Chamber, other organisations there for business support, and now I've got a team of 7 people. We own our own building. We've got an excellent customer base, and the future's looking really good at the moment.
So a real good success story here,
Yes, absolutely. I wouldn't have imagined that I would be here sort of 10 years ago. So it's very good.
And what a journey! And obviously along that journey, you've had some bumps, and along that way, and you managed to get through that. And obviously we've gone through quite a few things, here in Cornwall, with regards to COVID. Yeah. How did you manage with the COVID situation with your job when you needed to be hands-on?
Yeah, I mean, in our situation, COVID was very good, as it was for many IT providers, simply because of the massive rush to work from home. Yeah. And the bit that always got left behind was people were picking up and changing the way they were doing business, but not thinking about the security implications of suddenly their entire workforce is no longer within their control. Yeah. So for us, COVID was great. We literally kind of had a 2 weeks of mad flat out rush getting people working from home. Yeah. Then scarily it kind of fell off a cliff edge for a bit. Right. And for the first time ever we had one ticket sat in the system to be sort of dealt with. Right. And that's the point at which I thought, well, I'm going to furlough everybody. This is the end for now.
Yeah.
But actually, the following week, it literally then just started going mad. People were buying laptops, people were buying new hardware equipment. And we had a lot of customers who were using the opportunity of having empty offices, no customers and clients, to actually run some serious projects, replacing old equipment, doing some cabling. We had hospitality that were taking the opportunity to revamp particular parts of their buildings. So we were literally from that point on flat on the ground, literally doing everything from cabling installation, security reviews, changing the way people were doing work, basically working with them on the strategy for the future. Because even after COVID, then there was the approach, well, do we need big offices? Can more of our workforce work from home? So there was a lot of work with the companies at looking what their future looked like, along with our own.
Oh, so for those businesses out there, how far do you cover? Do you cover the southwest, or do you just cover Cornwall?
We go beyond that. So our furthest customer is Sunderland.
There you go. That's a long way away.
It's quite a way. And again, if the infrastructure is built correctly, you can manage the whole infrastructure from wherever you like. That's the key thing with remote working and all the virtualization technology now. I mean, quite frequently we've got customers who have no servers on site whatsoever. Right. It's all now in the cloud. So we can manage that from wherever we are.
Well, it's fantastic. It's a really good success story. I didn't expect to say Sunderland. That's a long way away, but fantastic. So one of the reasons we are bringing our business partners here today, and obviously we're looking to support them and grow this relationship we've already got. So, over this period of time, we've built a really good relationship with Focus Technology, and obviously you work for us. But why Cornwall Chamber of Commerce? Why become a business partner of Cornwall Chamber of Commerce?
I think the engagement with the Cornwall Chamber is really important. I mean, it gives us access to the members, gives them fantastic lunches and breakfasts. Never not that. But actually, you as the Chamber of Commerce are seen as the go-to organisation for information, advice, and guidance. And particularly when things like COVID happens, we've now got issues with like the energy crisis and stuff like that. I think it's important that we're engaged with you. So if somebody says to you, what do we do about our tech? What do we do about this? You've got a business partner that you can then refer that to and ask the questions. Or because we've worked with you, you've got an idea of what we can offer anyway. And it's building that business community. I mean, one thing that I have learned from being down in Cornwall and, from being, a fairly reclusive one-man band, to having to learn the networking and the business side of it, because I'm an engineer first and foremost, is the value in networking and the value in being engaged in a membership organisation like yourselves, going to the networking events. And I have seen personally people that have come into the chamber, attended one or two events and walked away and gone, doesn't really do anything. But it's not. You're in it for the long game.
That's right.
You build that trust, you build the relationships, and we have now acquired clients and stuff from that activity, and it's very important. The other part of it is the value that is delivered through the events, in that we listen to and hear from other businesses that we didn't, some that we didn't even know existed. But also the important work in the industries that are happening around Cornwall, which also helps us shape our offering to the locality and making sure we're providing what is actually being required.
Well, it's just sharing those stories as well, isn't it? And I love a story, and that's why I asked the question earlier on about where did your journey start, where is it right now, and where do you see yourself in 5 years' time with Focus Technology?
That's a difficult question, the tech industry, because it moves so fast. But we've got aspirations. We're going to finish our building. So that's going to be all high tech, IT place to come and work. I would like to think that in that timescale we've got a staff of 20. We have staff that specialise in specific aspects of cybersecurity. It's a big thing. We want to really drive that message home. The frustration we have with that is a lot of people don't really understand it until something goes wrong, and then we've got to go in and pick up the pieces. We'd rather be ahead of the game and people understanding what we're trying to tell them about that. We're looking at driving a large amount of automation. So again, every business should be looking at automation right now. What repetitive tasks are you doing, whether mechanical, whether administration, whether technical, and finding out whether there are tools and capabilities of actually reducing that workload and building in efficiencies. So we're looking again at our own business and practicing what we preach. Where is the efficiencies to be made? Where can we automate stuff? We're also looking at and we're in the process of attaining our ISO certifications. So we're looking at going for bigger projects, bigger tenders, bigger customers, where you require that certification in order to apply for the tenders. And we're looking at doing a lot more business outside of Cornwall. My dream and my aspiration is to end up with some of the best paid technical staff in Cornwall, but basically being paid for by business and customers outside of Cornwall. So they get the lifestyle, they get to live where they want to live, but they're getting very well paid for doing that job.
That's brilliant. It's brilliant news. And we're going to finish right there now. But what I'd like to do is personally thank you, from me, Kim, and the team for being a business partner at Cornwall Chamber of Commerce. We really appreciate, what you do for us internally. And externally, but also, without business partners like yourself, the Cornwall Chamber of Commerce wouldn't be here. Without our members, we wouldn't be here. So, again, we really appreciate everything you do for us at Cornwall Chamber of Commerce. And if you want to be a business partner after seeing this, come and speak to me at Cornwall Chamber of Commerce, and I'll look forward to chatting to you on a podcast like this with Andy. So, thanks again, Andrew.
Thank you. It's a pleasure.
Thank you.